Hi, welcome to Silicon Beach. Today we're going to talk about Bitcoins. Now Bitcoins have been getting a lot of attention lately. They are being looked at by the Senate for regulation, and they're also a Bloomberg ticker taker right now, being watched by Wall Street. So there's been a lot of interest in it. It's volatile a little bit where the numbers go up and down. So you're kind of playing with a global currency that you're not really sure exactly where the numbers end up. I'm here with Steve Beauregard, the founder and CEO of GoCoin here in Silicon Beach. So Steve, tell me a little bit about Bitcoin, what you know of it, and how you got into this.
Sure. So first of all, the way you think about Bitcoin is digital cash. So it's the cash of the internet. So the interesting thing about it is that it has a lot of principles of cash, but it also trades a lot like a commodity, like gold. So in many ways, it's going to follow the markets of a commodity. However, it does trade like a currency as well.
And globally, so you can buy something in Italy with a Bitcoin online?
That's correct. You can send wallet-to-wallet payment anywhere you want. You can send it, you and I could right here take our wallets out from our mobile phones and send Bitcoin to one another, or you could be around the world, and I could do it just as easily and frictionless.
So of the population in the world, how many people percentage-wise are using Bitcoins?
Oh, it's still minuscule. I mean, the entire distribution of Bitcoin right now is about 11.5 million Bitcoin, and the market cap would be, if you spoke it in those terms, about $1.5 billion.
Now there's a lot of negative press on this, that drug dealers are using this, that it can be, you could lose your money in it, the bubble can burst.
Sure.
It seems to be something that is, sensationally tapping the headlines.
Yeah.
However, that may not necessarily be exactly true.
Yeah, people like to sell newspapers and love to tell the stories, and the scarier it is, the more people will read it. And you talk about the percentage of people using cash for those kinds of transactions, much higher than in Bitcoin. So actually, by way of a percentage, it's much smaller the people using Bitcoin because it's a public ledger. Every transaction is public. Although people say it's anonymous, and sure, it's a little bit difficult right now to trace back to an individual, but at some point it's going to be easier and easier to trace that back to an individual.
I mean, but if you're using cash, what's the difference? That's still anonymous as well.
Right. It's just hard for you to physically get your cash from here to Brazil or to Argentina or to wherever you want to get it, whereas you can instantly do that with digital cash.
So what's the process? I go online, I take my money, I go to a coin bank, a Bitcoin bank, I trade in my money.
Yeah, you got two choices. Well, first of all, you can get a wallet that you store on your own computer, or you can get a hosted wallet with one of the providers. There's a number of them doing a really nice job now. So if you store it on your own computer, you better safeguard it because it's just like your wallet. If somebody steals or hacks into your computer and pulls your Bitcoin wallet down, guess what? They're gone. And just like if you leave your wallet on the desk, somebody picks it up and walks away, it's gone.
And where does this money come from, the Bitcoin? Where does it come from?
So there's a series of mining operations that go on, and anybody can run a mining operation. It's really a matter of getting a computer. It's getting more and more specialized now, but it used to be you could just get like a high-end graphics card and download the open source mining software, and boom, you're running a miner. Now what the miner does is it is the mint. So as it validates transactions or a series of transactions, it goes through a little proof of work that it has to show that it is done in order to mine new Bitcoins. So it's almost like a reward, almost like a lottery system. So once one computer comes up with the right answer before the others, it submits it, gets approved, and the whole organization says, add that to the blockchain, we all agree, and here's your 25 Bitcoin. That's how Bitcoin comes into circulation.
So there are groups of people out there, you take a bank, which big, tall-story building. It's got many, many computers, and those are all processed.
Right.
This basically takes all those computers, chops them up, puts them into the general population with people that want to become miners.
Right.
And these are the people that form this network.
Right. And it's all a peer-to-peer network.
Peer-to-peer.
So think of it like BitTorrent or any one of these peer-to-peer networks, where once those miners are out there and in operation, they're just up and running. So they continue to make a little bit of money at a time.
And if it's not confusing enough, there's the Bitcoin, which is like the gold, but then there are many other currencies, peer-to-peer. There's
Dogecoin, Litecoin.
Yeah.
There's a number of them. Yes. So I kind of, I've been asked a number of times, look forward 5 years. Do you see 1 coin or do you see 100? I actually see probably 2, maybe 3 surviving. I think that you'll have some coin that emerges as a more transactional type coin, where Bitcoin might be more of the storage of value. And think of it like you don't go transact in gold today. So maybe you don't transact so much in Bitcoin. Maybe there's another coin that comes about that is a little bit more evolved and more transaction based. So, but we're positioning our company to be, able to take any one of the coins on as they emerge as a legitimate player.
So will you be a bank exchange for Bitcoins? Will you be something that brokers them? We work with merchants. How does GoCoin exactly reach the consumer?
Yeah, GoCoin is going to be a payment processor. So if you picture getting to the checkout cart where you see Visa, MasterCard, American Express, GoCoin. So right along those at checkout, we're going to take that as a payment method. So when the users clicks on GoCoin, they're going to be presented with an invoice based on their checkout value, and they're going to transfer that number of Bitcoin to my Bitcoin wallet or GoCoin's Bitcoin wallet. We'll then take that and exchange that for currency and send them 99 cents on the dollar with a 1% processing fee.
So they don't even do the exchange themselves?
No, we're handling all the security, we're handling figuring out the exchange, we're working the arbitrage to make sure that we're not going to lose money on the transactions. And otherwise, it would take literally a company months and months and months to build this kind of a system.
So with the consumer for GoCoin, the merchant, is this like similar to setting up with a PayPal account? If you were to go online and register your company?
So one thing about Bitcoin is for the merchant coming on, we will go through a very rigorous process to make sure that we're only taking the reputable companies, that they have a reputation that precedes them in the market, that we know who the owners are, and that it's very clear they're either a public company or they have some legitimacy to them. We don't want to be with the people that are hiding in the dark shadows and that want to sort of use this underground currency for illicit purposes. So we're about legitimizing. We're looking for high volume merchants, but we'll go through a sign-up process with them and then get them added onto the system. For the consumer that wants to shop on one of these sites, they can either shop anonymously, which they're free to do, and they obviously are going to have to tell the merchant where they want their goods shipped, or exactly what their process is. That's really up to them. However, if they want to participate in our point system, they'll have to opt in and create an account. So if they want to have any kind of consumer protection and they want to have their transaction more legitimized and to earn their points, then they'll need to sign up for an account.
Do I already have to have a wallet and say I want to buy from a company that has GoCoin? Do I already have to have a wallet, have my Bitcoin set up, or
Yes.
can I go to it and will there be assistance to set me up?
No. We will certainly guide people to places to find their wallets and so forth, and help to educate them when they come. And if they don't have a wallet, if they do, obviously they need to be set up in order to transact. They already have to have some Bitcoin of their own.
Fantastic. Well, I think that's great information, and thanks for joining me today for
Sure.
this.
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you wanted to add to this?
Sure. Well, I think that the future of currency is certainly digital. In 5 years, if you are still carrying around more currency and paper bills in your wallet versus what you're carrying on your digital device, I'm going to be surprised. Or maybe you're just somebody hanging on there for the laggards, as they call them in the system. So, future of currency is digital.
Excellent. So, looks like it's here to stay, folks. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining me today.
All right. Thank you.
Excellent.
All right.
Thanks.
Sure
Great
thing.
job.